just a little inconsistency here with the Nokta Legend. I figured this out in the field. It wasn't through testing. I just figured this out in the field just a few days ago. I dug up a foil seal and I checked it in the field program. And I usually hunt in field program because I really like the way it responds to deeper targets when I'm swinging fast, when I have a faster recovery speed. The park program tends to, if you have your recovery speed up really high, it tends to skip over targets. You know, it's too much having a fast recovery speed when you're in park program. And it has a lot of the park program has a lot of inconsistencies. Like on my, I'll show you, I'll just show you here. I have the exact same settings in field and park here. Multi 2, my recovery speed's at 10, tone break, or my tone breaks at 14, my filters are all at 1, you know, my iron filter, my stability, my audio gain is all at 1. And my tone pitch here, I'll go over the tone pitch. 60 tone. Tone pitch is the little icon that has the vertical bars in between the volume and the tone break. So if you push the up arrow when you're in that menu, that gives you the lower range, the rejected range. So this segment right here is basically your tone break, right? This is your rejected pitches. So I like my rejected pitch to be really low so I can get some really low audio frequencies with my rejected targets, you know, down in the iron range. And I like having this range right here, my rejected targets, the volume up pretty high, like 7, so I can hear those rejected targets still. Because I want to know if I'm over iron. I want to know if I'm over a spot that has a lot of foil. Even though I reject a lot of the foil out, I still want to know that I'm over that foil. I do not want to discriminate that foil out, because once you discriminate that foil out, you don't know that you're in a good spot. If you discriminate that iron out, you don't know you're in a good spot because you cannot hear the iron, right? And I want to know when I go over a spot, right? A good spot. And that's where you find the jewelry, is in the freaking trashy spots. And that's why I found all these gold rings, right? I find a lot of gold rings in the trash, man. And so I'm in this mode here. I'm in the tone pitch mode. I'm in 60 tone. I'm not, this is not the frequency. This is not the operating frequency. This is the tone, the audible tone frequency that you're gonna hear. And that's for the iron, and I'll push the right arrow and it'll bring me back to this pattern over here. And this 15 number is what I have set on both park and field. So my tone for the coin is not going to change if I switch programs. Watch. I can adjust this. I want this coin to give me a high tone. I don't want it to give me a mid tone. I don't want it to give me a low tone. I want it to give me a high tone. So set at 3 right here. 3 is too close to my 1 setting on my rejection. So I don't have really a wide range of tones there, right? That's like a mid tone right there. I have it set too low. Now watch, I'll go high here. I'll go up to 30, right? I'm in 60 tone, 30. So this is a really high number. So if I had a pull tab here, this is giving me a mid high tone for a small little gold ring. I'll take this foil and sweep it over. It's still a high tone, right? That's considered a high tone to me. I don't want to be jacked up like that, right? I want to get the most tones out of this as I can. And if I have it right in the middle, I want this low conductive target to give me a low tone, right? But I don't want it to give me a rejection tone because it's obviously above my tone break. So I'll see what it reads up at 16, right? My tone break's at 14. So I'll show you this ring right here, right? This small little ring, 19, small ring. Here's another small gold ring right here, 16, 15. And now I'll show you a foil seal. And this is usually where I draw the line at. I do not discriminate out these foil seals. I want to still hear them, but anything lower conductor than these foil seals, I just basically want to reject, because these I found a lot of rings that read up exactly the same number as these foil seals here. And I'll show you here. Here's a big piece of foil, 19, a huge piece of foil. Small foil, ring. This little ring, this gold ring, reads up exactly the same numbers as this big piece of foil, right? And I'll show you this medium-sized gold ring, 33. So there's like big difference in numbers there, but there's so many gold rings that guys skip up because they don't have the patience to dig the foil up. And I do skip up a majority of my foil. I skip up a majority of the foil because there's just so much of it. But I will not skip a pull tab. That's one thing I will not skip. I will not skip a pull tab, and I will not skip one of these foil seals. So I'll show you the multi-2. These settings are exactly the same here in Park and Field program, right? This is just a foil seal, right? They're everywhere, right? These foil seals are everywhere. We got 15, 16. Now I'll go to Park program. It's rejected out now, and I have exact same tone breaks, exact same everything, all across the board on both these programs here. So it's rejected out to 13, right? Now I'll show you that I'll go back to Field program and sweep this small gold ring over here, right? 16. 16, 15 is a little bit jumpy because I don't think it's broken, but 15, 16. Now I'll go to Park program. 15, reads up one number lower, all right? Now I'll go to this foil here. This foil here, Park program, Field program, all right? So, it's just a little bit of an inconsistency there. You know, the Park and Field program has a little bit different filters in it. So, and what I do is I try to keep that tone pitch the same. If I'm in 60 tone, I'm in a Park. I'm going to keep that tone pitch the same as in Park and Field. So this dime will give me the same tone as for different programs, right? It'll give me the same numbers no matter what I do, right? Pretty much no matter what I do, it'll give me the same numbers, but I can adjust those tones. On the Deus machine, you cannot do that in full tones. You cannot adjust those tone pitches. You can't adjust tone breaks. You can't adjust your iron volume and stuff when you're in full tones. On the Deus 2 you can, but I'm not really a big fan of that tone, that iron tone volume on it. Because when you're in full tones, what is the iron? What is the iron range? So where is that iron tone giving you a higher or lower volume on? Is it your discrimination? Because if you're in full tones, I want to be discriminated to minus 6.4, right? So what numbers is that? What discrimination range is that iron tone affecting, right? That's what I would like to know. That was one big question I had with that. That's why the Deus 1 did not have an iron volume for full tones, right? There's no need to have an iron volume for it because you're wide open, right? And iron can read up all different low numbers, right? There's different, a really broad range of iron. It's hard to explain that, but with the Legend, you can adjust it, but it's a little bit tougher to adjust it on the Legend than the Equinox. Equinox is more clear cut and it's simplified with the Equinox. With the Legend, it's a little bit tougher. And then you got pitch tones on the Legend too, and the Equinox does not have pitch tones. But to get these gold rings, you got to dig up the foil, right? If you want to get gold rings and you haven't had any gold rings yet, you just got to dig up more foil. You know, I don't suggest going out there and digging up every piece of foil out there unless you've been finding some jewelry or some other rings in the area. You know, in the trash, there's always rings, but I'm not going to go and just dig out all the foil or every single target in a little area there. I'm not going to tear it up. You know, I'll go about it in stages. You know, dig out all the high tones first for a few hunts, then come back and dig some mid-tones for a few hunts, and then start digging the low tones. And if I'm finding jewelry, when I'm digging the highs and mids, if I find a bunch of jewelry in that spot, that's in my mind, that's a jewelry hot spot. And I'll come back and just beat it up every couple weeks or every few days. You know, there are a lot of places in my area, you know, like right now, it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, the grass is all dormant anyway. It's all brown, so you're not going to be able to tell where you dig anyway. And in the winter time, or when it's the rainy season here, you know, I can dig 1,000 holes in a park in one day, come back the next day and dig another 1,000 holes, come back the next day and dig another 1,000 holes in the same area. You won't even be able to tell I was there, right? But I don't suggest you guys doing that, because I've been digging for 30 years and I know how to conceal the evidence. And I've never been asked to leave any park, never been asked to leave any school. But if you are using your hand digger, you make a bigger mess. It's my shovel. It really is my shovel, right? Once you learn how to use a shovel for quite a while, you know, a few 100,000 plugs, you learn how to not to make a mess and be very efficient with your digging, and not get yourself kicked out of places. You know, it takes a lot of experience, and our parks are beat up. I mean, a lot of people dig in our parks, and you know, we've gotten a lot of silver in our parks, you know, back when, you know, several years ago. So you know, in the summertime I can't dig any deep anyway, because the ground is just harder than concrete. And I use a really good shovel. You know, that Predator Phoenix shovel it makes the perfect plugs. You know, if you have a straight spaded shovel, if you guys have never used a Phoenix shovel, you guys are just clueless, right? If you guys watch my videos and see how perfect my plugs are, it's my shovel, right? It's not me, it's not my experience, it is the shovel, right? And it's my soil too. It just works really good in my clay here, right? It does something to the soil. It just compacts it just right, so it keeps that soil in shape. Well, thank you for watching.